Good evening, FHS. This is Second Take. I'm here with Alex Brownlee and Caden Collins. What are your guys' thoughts on MSU? Was it a bad game or just a bad team? Do you think this is a sign of things to come for the team?
I think it's a little early to be judging them if they're a bad team or not. They have had a couple rough games here. LJ Scott really needs to pick it up. I think if he can pick it up, though, the team will rally behind him.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's pretty early too, but just the fact that they went 3-9 last year, and I just don't know if they have the pieces to turn into a good team this year. I think they're better than the 3-9 team, but as you said, LJ Scott, I mean, he's fumbling it on the 1 yard line. He's just got to get his confidence up. But I don't think that they're a very good team, and can they turn it around? I think they could maybe be an average team, maybe a bowl team, but nothing above that, I'd say.
All right. Well, speaking of possible bowl teams, what is your thoughts on Michigan's quarterback situation? Do you think O'Korn is for real? Could he be the key offensive piece this year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think a lot of people were kind of calling for O'Korn to play after Spade started struggling at the beginning of the season. So really, I mean, I guess that's what the people wanted. I mean, Spade getting injured isn't the greatest thing for Spade, but I think, O'Korn, he played really well against Purdue. And it's a little bit early to see if he's like really the real deal, but I think he'll definitely be a solid quarterback, and he showed that when he started at Houston. So I think that he could be maybe a turning point for this Michigan offense, especially finishing in the red zone has been really key.
Yeah, I mean, you really said it. I personally think that O'Korn should have been starting from the start, but yeah.
All right, moving out of college and going into professional, what is your guys' thoughts against the end-all game for the Lions against Atlanta? Do you think the refs made the right call, or was that did they get gypped out of a win?
I mean, the refs did their job. They made the correct call. It was the call that should have been made. You got to find the end zone as Tate, and then you got to capitalize on turnovers for the Lions. For them to throw 3 interceptions and the Lions not to be able to really capitalize on that and still be down most of the game, it's unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree that they didn't play perfect. I think they played well enough to win the game, and that shows because they had a chance at the very end of the game to win it. And I think, I mean, it's just so typical of the Lions just to kind of feel like you're getting screwed over by the refs, I guess. And I mean, it's such a tough call. I mean, the 10-second runoff thing, that's really killer, and I don't think that's a very good rule. And I mean, it's just, as a Lions fan, it's just really heartbreaking to see them lose like that again. And I think the Lions they're a very real and good team. The Falcons, they were in the Super Bowl last year, so I wouldn't be too worried about it as a Lions fan. I think they'll be a very solid team this year.
All right, and as we're running out of time, what is your guys' thoughts on the players kneeling or sitting during the national anthem?
I would say I think I support what they're trying to do, and they're using their platform as these professional athletes, not just for themselves, but to support and bring light to an issue that's affecting all African Americans and minorities, not just, I mean, they're the ones that are least affected because of their wealth. So I think that's a pretty selfless thing to do, especially since they're taking a lot of heat for that. I know that the Steelers, their whole team didn't even come out for the national anthem. And, I generally would say that's probably, you should be out there on the field for the national anthem, although I do understand what they're trying to do, be united and support. I'd say, just sitting down during the national anthem on the bleachers without a care in the world, like I think that you can do it a better way, maybe with kneeling and having your hand over your heart. But I support them in what they're doing. They're using a constitutional right to do this. So I would say that that's fine what they're doing. And that's what our military is fighting for, is to give us rights like that. So I think it's fine for them to exercise that.
I agree with you there. They're using their platform the way they should be, and the reason why they're doing it is a good reason, and they need to. But I feel that just during the national anthem, taking a knee can be very disrespectful also to a lot of people, and it just causes a very big controversy, and that it really takes away from the game in the beginning. But I mean, I completely understand on why they're doing it, and I 100% respect them for doing it. It takes a lot of courage to do that in front of thousands of people like that.
All right, well, we're running out of time here. This has been Second Take. I'm Jalen.
I'm Alex.
Signing off.